Closed captioning for the Casey Malone Show is sponsored by Hunter Stevens Land Title Agency. Integrity, service, and commitment you can trust.
Oh yeah, Casey Malone is serving up local. It's time for the stories of our region, the tastes, the sights, the sounds, and the people in and around the valley. Get ready for some local flavor on the Casey Malone Show.
Today it's a bright and easy pasta, lemon sage. And yes, it's still available, Youngstown club cheese and peanuts. But first, ABC, Abigails Bakery Creations in Austintown. Well, I put on about 5 pounds researching Abigails Bakery Creations, and it's right here in Austintown on Mahoning Avenue. Bill Smith is the owner and the baker, the pastry chef, and everything I've eaten from your shop here is amazing.
Well, thank you.
And I find your backstory so interesting because really your background is not in baking.
No, absolutely not. My background is 100% retail.
I mean, you managed numerous high-profile chain retail stores.
Yeah.
And tell the story how you got from there to right here at ABC.
Well, basically driving to work one day and driving down 7-Eleven and decided to lose my vision 100%. 70 miles an hour in the middle of January. Rush hour traffic. I get goosebumps when I tell the story.
It's unbelievable.
Rush hour traffic, no rain, no snow on the road, and I slammed on my brakes and nobody in front of me, behind me, or beside me decided to kill me. So it was a good day.
You had a guardian angel, dude. I mean, let me tell you, that is amazing.
I tell everybody that every day. Everything that I've done from that point, I tell people God tapped me on the shoulder and said, hey, 20 years in retail, I got a different plan for you. Didn't tell me what the hell it was. He was like, I got a different plan for you. So that was January of 2016, and a lot of doctors and a lot of different things later, and boredom and frustration probably from my wife and various other people were like, hey, you need to find a hobby.
So your vision is back in your right eye.
Yes.
And you still have some physical issues.
I have several different issues. I walk with a cane, so I fall every day, even with my cane. Basically, here's what I tell you. My vertigo is the point where your worst drunk you've ever had in your life is how I live every day of my life. Like when you're laying in your bed,
yeah,
and the world just won't stop spinning.
Yes,
that's how I live every day.
That is, and they say it was. They're saying it was a lot of TIAs.
A series of TIAs. In early 2017, I literally started baking cookies and passing them around my neighborhood. The crazy guy with a cane in one hand and a platter of cookies in the other, going around to the neighborhood giving out free cookies.
Well, I wish I was in your neighborhood because your cookies are excellent.
Oh, thank you. And then my wife was like, hey, you gotta stop. You're spending hundreds of dollars a month
baking
baking cookies and just giving stuff away. She's like, start selling this stuff. And well, at that point, I'm like, I have no experience what I'm doing. I've never baked or cooked a thing in my life. Who the heck's gonna buy anything from me?
And you made up this cookie recipe yourself.
And so after a bunch of different recipes and different things, we come up with our chocolate chip cookie. And once again, at that time though, I spent almost a year just baking cookies, nothing else. All of 2017, all I did was cookies and didn't know anything else. And then a friend asked me, but begrudgingly possibly, I don't know, to bake them a cake. And I'm like, oh no, you don't want me baking a cake. I've never baked a cake in my entire life. I did the box thing, you know?
Yeah.
But that was it, never baked a cake. And then he's like, oh my God, this cake's amazing.
What was the first cake you baked?
It's our chocolate stout.
What made you open up a storefront?
Well,
I mean, eventually it outgrew your home.
Yes, that's exactly right. So late in 2018, my wife's like, okay, you need to quit or get out. You know, I took over our kitchen, I took over our dining room, I took over our breezeway. I had 3 refrigerators in the breezeway and the garage. And it was like, okay, I'm doing 30, 40, 50 orders a month out of my house.
That's a lot.
And it is. And she's like, okay, you gotta stop. So then we started looking, and then, you know, the terrifying thought is, okay, so who's gonna follow you?
So come April, this will be your year anniversary in this spot.
April 13th will be our 1-year anniversary, yes.
And you're already outgrown it. You're already moving on out.
In the perfect world, yeah, we would be up and ready in a new building that's 4 times bigger within our 1 year. On our 1 year anniversary would be amazing, but I don't know how realistic that is.
So we should tell everyone that you are moving 2 doors down. It used to be a Wendy's.
Way back in the day, it's Cash Max is the sign that everybody sees out there now.
And you are going to also offer drive-through baked goods.
Yes.
So you don't even have to get out of your car.
No, you will not have to get out of your car.
Enjoy.
Trust me, I hear that all the time. I'm like, people are like, man, in and out of here is parking so bad and all the other things here with this light here. So no light up there. There's I don't know, 30, 40, 50 parking places up there. There's like
Are you going to go cafe then? Are you going to have like little tables and
we're going to have a couple tables in there, but we're not doing, food. It's still going to be
bakery.
It's still going to be a bakery. We may do croissants and things like that. We were just talking about that this morning, but
now your donuts are baked donuts.
Correct.
They're cake donuts that are not fried, they are baked.
Correct.
How long did it take you to perfect that? Because that has to be a minute. Really?
From day one, we've been told they've been pretty crazy from day one. Now, granted, we've only done this since before Christmas. So it was one of those things where I used to joke and laugh when I first moved in here that I do everything but bread and donuts.
And now you
guess what I'm doing? Oh, I do bread too.
So your pickleback was my first introduction to Bill, and that was amazing.
Thank you.
It is a cupcake with pickle juice and Jameson's.
Oh, and
or
pickles.
any.
Lots of pickles.
And lots
pickle
of pickles.
Juice. Yes.
And then on top, and I'm not here on pickle day. I really love the organic beginning of your business, and it's really taking off. You're moving to a much bigger location.
It is.
And Abigail is your legacy, right?
It is. If you ask her, if you catch her on a Saturday, because obviously she's in school, so you catch her on a Saturday here, she'll tell you, I own this place and I run this place. Dad just belongs in the kitchen. From an 8-year-old. That's what you'll hear.
The Casey Malone Show will be right back with more local flavor. I'm here at the Magic Tree Pub and Eatery with Rude the Dude, who's a little leprechaun for the high holiday. You have got quite a schedule planned.
Yes, we do. Starting March 14th, Saturday, we have a 4,000 square foot heated tent outside with some local legend bands. We have the Rage, the House Band, the Vegas Band. Sunday after the parade, same thing, tent outside. We got RDNA, the Bogside Boys, the locals. We're gonna have tons of beer, tons of food outside. We're gonna be inside, outside all day. It's gonna be a hell of a party.
Well, we really like to party here at the Magic Tree, and one of my favorite holidays is St. Patrick's Day and the festivities leading up to it. And my buddy Fast Freddy.
Yes, Fast Freddy's gonna be joining us.
He is gonna be your host with the most. So join us Saturday, Sunday, and the big day. Cheers to the Magic Tree. Sláinte.
Is it time to update your color style? R&S Paint will assist you with your choice of over 3,400 Benjamin Moore colors. Vibrant, durable, and easy to apply. Be current, be stylish. Shop R&S Paint.
The Big Tap In Beer, Cider, and Hard Seltzer Fest is April 25th at the Metroplex. Sample beverages from all over the world, plus local food, crafts, and entertainment. Proceeds benefit Project MKC. Tickets on sale now at BigTapIn.com.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Bernard. I've been giving the people of our valley free advice for over 30 years, and my message has never changed. If you're involved in a car, truck, or motorcycle accident, don't try to handle it yourself. Call a lawyer. A lawyer will be your representative, dealing with doctors, medical insurance, and all the red tape that you may face. Hiring a lawyer doesn't mean you'll end up in court, and remember, there are no upfront fees on personal injury cases.
That's good advice. Need a lawyer? Learn more at ElizabethBernardLaw.com.
Mayflower Woolham is your full-service, independent insurance agency. We work with several insurance companies to offer you choices for your insurance needs. We'll find the right product at the right price. Personal, business, farm, life, trust Mayflower Woolham. You focus on what's important, we'll take care of the details. Mayflower Woolham, close by with 3 locations to serve you.
Rulli Brothers has a great choice of quality cheeses. We use our relationship with Old World Houses to specially select the product and then have it custom cut and packaged by our own local artisans. At Rulli Brothers Market, our family is in the store.
Join the Island Purple Cat family. Employment opportunities are available. Given is living.
Si hablas predominantemente español, te ayudaremos a aprender inglés. Ven a trabajar para nosotros.
Today I'm going to make for you a very simple and flavorful pasta dish. It's meatless, it comes together in the time that the pasta noodle boils, and it is just packed with flavor. It's got lemon, it has butter, it has Parmesan cheese, and sage. All of these work together. This dish comes together so quickly, and it is just so delicious. You are going to make this time and time again. It would be a great main dish or a really interesting side dish. So let's go over the ingredient list and we'll start making my lemon sage pasta. For this recipe, you'll need 1 pound of a short pasta like a rigatoni, an orecchietta, or farfalle, 1 stick of unsalted butter, 1 lemon thinly sliced, seeds removed, juice from 1 lemon, 1 cup of grated Parmesan cheese, 1 to 2 tablespoons of finely chopped fresh sage, and fresh ground pepper and salt to taste. All right, so the water came to a boil. I generously salted it and I added the pasta. I'm gonna cook it about 2 minutes before it's truly al dente because I am going to add this to the sauce when it's ready. And right now I am melting half of the stick of butter. And then I quartered the other half, and I'll be adding that additionally as this dish proceeds. So now that this butter has melted over medium-high heat, I'm now going to add the thinly sliced lemons. And then we're just gonna add this about 5 minutes. And we're going to let these get a little brown and draw out the juices and soften. Make sure you remove the seeds. See how the lemons have browned and even the butter has browned a little bit. And I'm going to add the juice of 1 lemon. And while this water was boiling with the pasta noodles, I pulled 2 cups out. And while I'm doing that, I'm just going to add, about 1 cup. And I know that seems like a lot of water, but this is going to cook down. So now that I've got this boiling, keep it over medium-high heat. I'm gonna add 1 tablespoon of butter at a time and kind of mix this all together with the lemon slices, getting the bits and the juice and just trying to combine this and thicken it up just a little bit. So now we'll just keep adding these 1 tablespoon at a time until melted, and you can see it just keeps thickening up the sauce. It's lemony. It's gonna be super creamy. We'll just do this until we have everything incorporated, but this sauce is coming along. The butter's all melted down. Sauce looks nice, thick, very rich, smells amazing. I've drained the pasta noodles, so we'll now add this to the skillet and we'll start to mix it. Now you'll see that the sauce might really be thickening up because a little bit at a time, we will now be adding the Parmesan cheese, just a little bit at a time. And we'll wait until it melts in, and then you just have to eyeball it. I already have some more pasta water reserved, And if you think it looks like it's getting a little too thick, you just add a little bit more. I think we're ready for our next little bit. And it is thickening up. So what I'm gonna do to loosen it, because I want it to have a little saucier texture, just gonna add about a 1/4 cup of pasta water. So now we add the last tablespoon of cheese. And we combine it, and see how that water has all congealed with the cheese and the lemon. I think this looks perfect and ready to go. So we'll get this served up and we'll give it a try. And now sprinkle the fresh chopped sage. Gosh, I love sage. It is so perfect in this dish. And you also want to use a great amount of fresh ground pepper. With such a bright dish, you really need a little punch. So I just whipped this up the other day, and I thought it's really light and refreshing.
And it has a bit of a tang to it.
Well,
it's really good.
Lemons and cheese and pasta water. Now, if you think it needs a little more cheese, you can pass it at the table. Would you like some?
Yes.
And then you can always add more pepper.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
I love the pepper. I think the bite of the pepper. I mean, it's really.
Oh, it's so good, Casey.
Really, really light. So I got a lovely Chardonnay, Wente, you know, one of my favorite labels, the Morning Fog. Yes. It will cut through the fog.
It goes perfect with this.
It does. It really picks up and cuts through that lemon. It's delicious. This is really super easy.
Oh,
so go to my website. You are really going to like this very, very light dish. CaseyMaloneShow.com, and just look for my lemon sage pasta. Cheers. Nazdrovia. The Casey Malone Show will be right back with more local flavor.
The 42nd Annual Mahoning Valley St. Patrick's Day Parade is Sunday, March 15th. Enter your group, organization, or marching band at mvstpatrickparade.com.
To own a business where your name's on the window can be pretty cool. That's my family. My name is Danny Catullo, and I'm the owner of Catullo Prime Meats. My grandfather started the business in 1962. I was able to take our old style butcher shop and bring it out to the new age using e-commerce to get our products to more customers. When we started shipping, there was not a ton of information out there. That's where we really worked with FedEx so they could be able to help us with our perishable shipping. We were taking on new purchases that we never had to make before. Boxes, coolers, ice packs, anything that was involved around shipping. So we can no longer do this with the cash that we had on hand. So because of the Plum Card from American Express and all of its benefits, it was a natural fit to help grow our business. And when someone calls and lets you know that you made their dinner, that's satisfaction that you can't get anywhere else.
My basement was dreadful. Cracked concrete, chipped tiles, it was my dumping ground. Carpet, vinyl, wood don't last. Now I have Pebble Stone, the best basement floor covering, made with natural stone and the strongest man-made binder. Pebble Stone evened out my floor. Easy to clean, resists moisture, and withstands flooding. You will love your basement. Call locally owned Pebble Stone and receive 50% off. It's not just any stone, it's Pebble Stone.
Rulli Brothers is way ahead of the competition. Check out Rulli Spice World, where you can buy bulk herbs and spices, plus candies, nuts, and fillings for pennies on the dollar. At Rulli Brothers Market, our family is in the store.
Here at Creekside Fitness and Health Center, we are focused on you, from cardio and strength equipment to classes and personal training.
Your all-inclusive membership gives you access to a full-size basketball court, pool, hot tub, sauna, and steam room. And over 60 classes per week are all included free with your membership.
Membership and personal training specials are happening now, so come experience life on the fit side at Creekside, your neighborhood gym.
Selling engagement rings never gets old. It's love.
It's a huge on-taping because they're going to wear that ring probably forever, but if they're not going to wear it forever, they're going to pass it down to somebody.
Our rings will hold a lifetime, and we want to make sure it does. We stand by every single thing that we sell. I believe I can find the perfect ring. I really try to get them exactly what she would want.
And to just be a little part of that is really, it warms your heart inside.
Get real, get Kamara.
It's the Hunting and Fishing Super Show and Sale at the Metroplex, Belmont Avenue at I-80 Liberty, March 6th, 7th, and 8th. Huge discounts on rods, reels, and more. Seminars including Bigfoot, free rods and reels to the first 100 kids. The Hunting and Fishing Super Show this weekend at the Metroplex.
I'm back at the Youngstown Community Kitchen Incubator, and over the holidays at Rulli Brothers, this was in the cheesecake. Yes, it is returned. The famous Youngstown Club cheese spread. And I had to do some investigative reporting to find out, well, who's making this stuff? And Joyce Mistovich answered the call, she and her son Justin, and I'm here for Assembly Day with Heather Anderson. She is, look at her doing such a good job. She weighs it. We're not allowed to lid it, only Joyce is. And then I was allowed to put a sticker on it. So, this is an interesting story.
Yes.
Your son, you and your family are big fans of the cheese spread.
Yes, my husband and I actually belonged to the Youngstown Club for years.
Now, Joyce, the Youngstown Club closed in 2012.
Yes.
And so here we are, 7 years later. How long has it taken you to get all this together?
It's taken about 4 years. So what actually happened is when we acquired everything and we were able to start producing, my son said, you're gonna have to find a place we can make this. So I did a Google search.
Isn't
and
this
I put
place
in,
amazing?
I just put in incubator kitchens near Youngstown, Ohio, and I became ecstatic because I see Youngstown Kitchen Incubator. It's very spacious, the ovens, we make the peanuts back in the back kitchen area, and during the holidays, we can use this huge mixer, use this small mixer. So we love the space.
Did you know that if you have a family that really is huge, like cookie bakers, you could rent this and do all your Christmas baking or for a wedding? Isn't this an ideal place
I saw
to
somebody
rent?
in making local pierogi and giving a demonstration.
I just love this. I think this is an excellent resource for our community.
It is.
Now, trial and error. How many times did you have to tweak this recipe where it got to right where it needed to be?
Multiple times. What I first initially started with giving little tiny containers to all of my friends.
Okay.
Be honest, taste it. You've
What
had
does
it
it
before.
need? Yeah.
What do we need to do? So we tweaked until we got it to then getting it out again as taste testing to the point where everyone says, you got it.
That's the one.
That is it.
What do you think, Heather? Were you one of these samplers along the way? Were you able to be one of the guinea pigs?
No, I came in here at the end, so
You're
I'm
just the
only
worker
noting
bee.
that. I'm just the worker bee.
Okay, yes.
Enjoying the fruit.
She works for Youngstown Club Cheese. You know, that I work for food. Now this is just
the cheese.
The cheddar.
Yes, the cheddar cheese.
And how long do you have to mix this where it gets to that?
Well, you kind of get to the point where you know the consistency. Right now, I say this has been going for about 15, 20 minutes.
I mean, it looks almost like a cake frost.
Yes.
You know, it's real creamy.
Yes, very creamy. Then I'm going to dump in the horseradish. Then we'll flip it back on and let that mix up. And
wow, it smells great.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
I let that go just for a couple minutes, and then I'll go to the rest, the dry ingredients, and put those in. Okay, so I'm gonna flip this mixer off again, and you could dump in some celery salt.
Celery salt. See, I'm getting all the ingredients, but I'm not telling quantities.
And some dry mustard.
Dry mustard. All right.
Flip it back on.
And that would be the Worcestershire?
Yes, this is it. Also giving it that great distinct flavor. Now I will continue. know. Actually, I was so much of a fanatic initially about the placement of those labels. You would not believe it. You know what I would do at first? I'll show you. I would not, it had to be.
Oh boy.
You see where those numbers are?
Yeah.
And the lettering? That LRC or whatever.
Yes.
I had to make sure that was at the bottom. I got out of that then after a while.
Good work today, girls.
Good work,
Cheers.
girls. Thank you. Cheers.
To Youngstown Club Cheese.
To Youngstown Club Cheese.
Now, what about those nuts?
Well,
we're not going to be making those today. You're good with those.
We're good with those. So this is also the recipe from the Youngstown Club. The actual nuts, you know, when you went in, they served the cheese spread and the nuts.
Yes.
And we've been selling this as well.
And they're available. You could go to the website and get the locations, but Rulli Brothers has them, and
Chalet Premier.
Chalet Premier.
Here at Cultivate Cafe. As well as Larry's drive-thru in Poland.
Well, I am so thrilled that these people are carrying it on, and not just Chemical. If you want to be a distributor.
Thanks for coming.
This Youngstown tradition.
Yes. Keep it alive.
Yes. Keep it alive.
The Casey Malone Show is sponsored in part by Denise and John York and the DeBartolo Corporation.